giving some tribute to A View from Space. So with that being said, oh, I just messed it up. Wanted to show you Muskoka. Beautiful Muskoka of northern Toronto. It is very beautiful, about 2 hours north of Toronto. And this is what you'll see from the sky. Beautiful 100 acres farmland was given to settlers back in 1868. But it has a very thin soil upon the Canadian Shield, so it's very hard to get to farm. A lot of lamb was farmed up north in Muskoka, known as some of the best lamb, shipped down to New York always, to the Waldorf Astoria. But with that being said, as you view a beautiful landscape of Muskoka region and just north of Toronto in Canada, I'm going to put on a little bit about A View from Space with Microsoft and how they have a back door into pretty much every technology.
You're out there with the Spaceman, Gary Bell, on Talk Radio for Guys, Mojo Radio, AM 640.
You think I'm out there? What about this guy they call Bill Gates and the Microsoft Corporation? You're going to hear some stuff about Microsoft Corporation in the next few minutes that's just going to absolutely, unequivocally prove to you once and for all this Microsoft domination has got evil intent behind it. Not only just the evil intent, but it is found and determined to be part of the New World Order that is going to enslave us all. And right now, they can read every single message that you get, every single message that you print, every single site that you visit. They have your number.
Hope you can hear it okay.
Every machine in the world has got the Microsoft system software installed. And if they don't, they run applications from Microsoft. But very few people know the true story behind the rise of Microsoft. And even fewer suspect the terrible cosmic secrets that are concealed inside the facade of this gargantuan software company. In the object linking and embedding 2.0 programmer's reference, there's this very serious term. It's on page 78, second paragraph, starts with a sentence. In the aggregation model, this internal communication is achieved through coordination with a special instance of linking interface known as the controlling unknown of the aggregate. Did you catch that? The words controlling unknown. I think it's a very interesting choice of words. It's A View from Space on Mojo Radio. I'm coming right back with the incredible truth of Microsoft, my doom virus, and a possible attack on Groundhog Day that could be a day of infamy far worse than 9/11. Talk Radio for Guys, Mojo Radio, AM 640, The Spaceman. The opinion
7 on Talk Radio for Guys, the home of the Leafs. Mojo Radio, AM 640. Mojo Radio. Did we get the Starship?
I'm a guy called Space. Talk radio, guys, Mojo Radio, AM 640. It's my doom virus.
Isn't that the name of the new video game, Doom?
Words to describe that.
Scientists
my doom.
created basically brain cells that could play Doom
A small
by
little
itself.
paragraph in a programmer's reference manual that speaks about a controlling unknown. And it is not the most intuitively obvious term for what it's describing, which is a database used for implementing an object-oriented data exchange embedding system. But this choice of words, controlling unknown, is the words unknown superiors, used by a lot of occult societies. And that includes the strict observant Masonic Lodge, whose members are known as the Illuminati. A connection with Adam Weishaupt's order. Unknown superiors are the words that refers to non-corporeal or superhuman agencies in command of secret societies or mystery cults. I'm talking about demons that are known as the inner head of an order or an organization, as opposed to the outer head, who is human. You get it? Unknown superior, the inner head. The outer head, the human. Organizations that claimed or were claimed to be commanded by unknown superiors include Ordo Templi Orientis of Aleister Crowley, the head warlock of Europe when he was alive, and the Knights Templar, whose inner head was a being that is etched in your head right now, Baphomet. He is, his image of his face is in your mind. It's been put in there. Because that was the face that was airbrushed into the smoke of one of the World Trade Center towers after it was hit. Do you recall the picture? Of course you do. It's etched on everyone's mind in this mind-controlling system that we are in. Baphomet. Besides words controlling unknown, another hint at the secrets behind Microsoft is the fact that Microsoft Windows has a unit of 5 window device contacts. 5 is an odd number for that kind of an application. It's neither a power of 2 nor one less than a power of 2. Adam Weishaupt's discovery of the law of 5s and the Necronomicon, which is a sorcerer's spell book, is an obvious connection to that. Very few people, for sure, know how many buildings there are even in the Microsoft campus in Redmond, Washington. No maps of the entire facility are even known to exist. Some Microsoft employees put the estimate of the buildings at 6. They don't even know how many buildings there are. Some even say just 3 buildings in the Microsoft campus headquarters in Redmond.
Guess how many there are? 22. Just like paths on the Tree of Life.
Were quoted as claiming that there were actually 22 buildings. buildings.
How many bones are in your skull? 22.
And that part is partly true. But there's another building that's hidden from the public and even from Microsoft employees. The 23rd building. Or as it's called on the campus, Building 7. It's a pentagram shape. Its exact location is known only to a very few people.
Where is Building 7? I talked about Building 7 in 9/11. Where's Building 7 in the Microsoft company?
I believe. This building is only accessible, they say, somewhere inside the Microsoft campus by a secret passage. Figures, doesn't it? A back door that no one knows about. That back door is already on your computer and my computer. It's buried in the Internet Explorer. These My Dooms and blasters are smokescreens, covers, when all the while they're fiddling with our lives in the Internet Explorer. That's why you have to keep going to them to get the patches to fix up Blaster, So Big, and now My Doom. They can do what they want when they want at will. And are they going to will it in the next 48 hours? This is their first High Witches Sabbath holiday. You call it Groundhog Day. It's in fact a pagan ritual worship 2-day holiday that requires human blood sacrifice. Back to the secret passage building. On the Redmond, Washington, Microsoft campus. What's inside this five-sided building isn't known, but it is believed that the contents are supernatural. You laugh. You think I'm out there. There was a similar five-sided building in Nazi Germany. And this Pentagon building was carefully kept hidden from the public. And one school of thought is that building number 22 or number 7 at the Microsoft campus is inhabited by or used to communicate with the inner head or the controlling unknown. Only those few that they're at the very tip of the secret society know the identity of the outer head. I believe it's Bill Gates. I believe he's a high initiate of the conspiracy and not just a figurehead whose purpose is to divert attention. I believe it is actually Bill Gates as the outer head. A benign, kind of bland guy, isn't he? The man is being knighted very shortly. And the Queen doesn't lay a sword on someone's shoulders just because they made a few bucks. They have put this man at the top of the world's wealthiest man list. And he gets his knighthood for services to global enterprise. The recommendation that he received that honor was made by the Chancellor Gordon Brown.
It's probably
Palace
what he dresses up like.
When Bill Gates spoke at a conference for an advancing enterprise organized by Chancellor Gordon Brown. This guy's worth an estimated $40 billion. Microsoft is described as an evil empire. Other Americans, by the way, to receive the KBE include George Bush, George Walker Bush, Rudy Giuliani, who covered up all of the evidence of the 9/11 terrorist attack and made sure that all of that steel was shipped out of the country in a quick hurry. Steven Spielberg, the guy that's bringing you the Mars pictures right now from Flagstaff, Arizona, has also gotten the honor. And Alan Greenspan, the Federal Reserve Bank chairman, who has been manipulating the American economy and deep-sixing it for a few years now. By the way, Greenspan was another speaker at that particular conference. By the way, this event got Tony Blair a little upset and his close circle of friends. They knew nothing about it until just a couple of weeks ago. People that attended this conference were guys like Mervyn King, the governor of the Bank of England, Jean-Claude Trichet, president of the European Central Bank, Sir Terry Leahy, chief executive of Tesco, and Lord Brown, the chief executive of British Petroleum. Bill Gates is going to be a knight. Sir Bill Gates. I believe he's the outer head. Okay, to really understand this history of Microsoft, and however much of it can be understood by humans, and this demon worship, you gotta have April 30th. Walpurgis Night, a pagan ritual of building bonfires to drive away demons. Of building 1776. If this history of Microsoft, and however much of it can be understood by humans, and this demon worship, you gotta have knowledge of the history and origins of the Illuminati. Little's known, but what is definitely be traced back to 1776. Walpurgis Night, 1776, April 30th. Walpurgis Night, a pagan ritual of building bonfires to drive away demons, is what Walpurgis Night is, celebrated by the pagans April 30th every year. And in this particular April 30th, 1776, yes, the same exact year that America became the Great Masonic Experiment. 5 men met in a cavern deep beneath Ingolstadt, Bavaria, proclaimed the foundation of the ancient illuminated seers of Bavaria using the name Adam Weishaupt, which means, by the way, the first man to know the superiors. Adam meaning the first, Weishaupt meaning to know the superiors. Illuminati officially disbanded 1785. They didn't disappear. Throughout the past 200 years, they've been observing the world carefully and occasionally intervening. Want to know when? Sarajevo, 1914, to start WW1. The Bolshevik Revolution in St. Petersburg, 1917. Manhattan, the stock crash of 29. Dallas, 63. JFK's assassination. And 9/11. Just to name a few times they've popped up. Their contacts with the unknown superiors continue in constructed buildings originally in Germany, also now in Washington. Redmond,
Microsoft campus headquarters. There was a book claiming to be a fantasy novel. And this book was mostly fiction, I think, but it hinted at the secrets of the Illuminati. Nobody knows whether the authors were renegade Illuminati or whether this information was acquired from information within the organization. The book was called Illuminatus. And immediately the Illuminati convened at an emergency meeting in Cesny, Turkey, where they discussed a plan to restructure the organization and to move the Pentagon of initiation to a new location. They decided on a small computer company in one of the smaller cities of the United States as a front. You know what's going to come out of a spaceman's mouth next, don't you? On Talk Radio for Guys, Mojo Radio, AM 640. Yes, that small company's name was Microsoft. Back with more and more Spaceman on Basic Space. Talk Radio for Guys, Mojo Radio, AM 640.
Well, I hope you're liking this episode about Microsoft and how it's been used by the military as well.
Mojo, Talk Radio for Guys, AM 640. Microsoft, the evil empire, giving us another shot of their smoke screen to cover up the real truth. What is that real truth, you ask? There is really no reason for them to unleash these viruses that you're getting on your computer. They've already got a backdoor to every single machine that has been sold since its inception. It's buried inside your Internet Explorer. There's a backdoor that can look into your computer at any moment, any time. I have trouble with my computer at home. I call up the maintenance guy, and the maintenance guy says, well, it shows right now that you're online. They don't even ask for my telephone number anymore or my postal code. They know exactly who I am. If they have that, if my internet service provider has that, imagine what Microsoft, the company, has. They can look inside your box anytime they want. And not only that, but these viruses that they send out are smoke screens to cover up the real backdoor that they've got buried in your Internet Explorer. Because if everyone knew that it was in their Internet Explorer, everyone would junk their Microsoft operating system platform. They'd just get rid of it. So they have to send out these viruses, and then you have to go get the patch from them. And then everything is cool again. You're telling me a company the size of Microsoft can't stop viruses? And when they do, they put a reward for Microsoft has just put a reward out, $250,000 for those responsible for creating My Doom. What's they were calling the largest virus to date. All it does is slow down business, but they're doing it from your Internet Explorer, not from My Doom viruses or Blaster. And that's how they can continually keep the secret, because they say, okay, My Doom has been patched. It's over. And this particular one begins February 1st, right now, today, and goes till the 12th. How many days are there between February 1st and the 12th? There are 11. The number of judgment and destruction. 11 days they have to operate. An email. Dear Space, I'm a bit worried about my latest MyDoom internet virus. The first blaster virus hit on August 11th through the 13th, which was shortly before the big power blackout. You're exactly right, Mike. It was one day before. August 11th to the 13th, we had blaster. Or they said we had blaster. Then the power blackout hit on August the 14th at 4:11. I know exactly what time it was. I was just going into my first commercial stop set on the Mike Stafford Show on Talk Radio for Guys, Mojo Radio, AM 640, and our first stop set is at 11, or was then. Mike goes on. There's some speculation at the time that the virus was released to gain access to the power utility. My intuition is there's something big coming up. I wonder if this virus thing could be part of it. I remember the moment I clicked on the attachment to the incomplete message. I regretted it, but by then it was too late. I may have sent out a few infected emails to my friends or business I deal with over the internet. I apologize. I ran my virus scan, it spotted the culprit right away, and dealt with it, I think. I wonder who's behind these things, he says. This is the first one that suckered me in a long time, he said. In the last 18 hours, I got a ton of suspicious emails here at home and also at the office. And much more of it. Seems that the blaster virus, which first surfaced last August, a couple of days before the big blackout, there's something about this one, MyDoom, that is giving me the creeps. First, it's too big. And second, what is the back door in the computer for? And how can I be sure that after cleaning the infected file, that any command it sent out to open a secret portal is now inoperative? Anyone know? Signed, Mike. I gotta tell you, Mike, the viruses going around are a smokescreen.
Windows
One more time, I will say it. The evil empire of Microsoft has it cleverly, secretly, and are laughing at you. It's buried in your Internet Explorer. They get in when they want to. MyDoom virus. Activating February 1st today. It will use any affected computer to attack a specific website. We're talking about, yes, folks,
Worm.
we're talking about
January
the denial
2004.
of service attack. That's what we're talking about
2004,
here.
February 1st.
Could it be they're going to hit all the cell phones?
January 26, 2004.
Could it be this
Email worm in
airport?
history. Fastest spreading email worm in history.
Could it be this denial of service is going to close down banks? Could it be the power blackout one more time? What do they have up their sleeves? Check this out. Groundhog Day, February 2. I've done the show on it already. An attack could be imminent. Didn't say it was going to happen. Said it might happen. The numbers are there. Groundhog Day, February 2, 33rd day in the year. And even better, since this time around...
2003, I experienced this. 4-day blackout.
It's a leap year of 366 days. You know how many days there will be left in the year after February 2? 3.
Scans the infected computer's address. Creates a backdoor. Backdoor.
Magnifying the 3 as high as you can go. And if that's not enough, we are also now in the zodiacal sign of Aquarius until February 19th. And what supposedly is spirit and opportunity looking for in Mars? Water. Aquarius, water. And
Did this spark the
they
blackout?
say they have discovered water, or what constitutes water, on Mars. the hematite. They found it. Yeah. JPL is jumping up and down. Yes. Yes. And hugging everybody. God, we've seen it over and over. Quit hugging down there. Shut up already. Just do your job and spill the beans. Yeah, there was life on Mars. Yeah, it's
Landmark case
of the Illuminati down here on Earth. And they're half men and half gods.
in cybersecurity.
And slaves. Why don't you just say it? Why don't you just admit it? So clever, these guys, huh? So clever is Microsoft. Hey, one more thing about Microsoft before I get off this and get on some of the other sides that a possible a possible Illuminati attack is imminent in the next 48 hours.
Check out what the blackout caused. Subway system halted in Toronto. Gridlock. I got off the highway that day because it happened in the afternoon. And when I came off the highway, people were helping each other at the lights come through. People were playing traffic cop. It was actually amazing. And as people's freezers started to thaw, people had barbecues on the street and invited anyone over. It was actually quite nice to see the camaraderie. Look at this, 136 miners trapped underground in Sudbury. 87-year-old woman was stuck in an elevator for 12 hours. At least she wasn't struck by an elevator. Radio Shack sold 10,000 batteries that day after the blackout. In Toronto, one pedestrian charged $2 per phone call to stranded citizens. That's like those people hoarding toilet paper on the pandemic time. So you can look this up yourself, but I experienced the 4 days. It was actually peaceful. The most peaceful days I slept because there was no hum or zim or whatever from the electrical wires going not only outside on the street, but around your house. Everywhere around your house, you're getting 60 hertz or whatever it is going through, and you're not supposed to vibrate at that. It doesn't keep you grounded. So that's another way they keep us ungrounded, is by the electrical conductivity going through your houses everywhere. So that being said, let's get back to Spaceman.
I just want to let you know that Bill Gates is code, much like Adam Weishaupt is. Yeah. Apart from being the name of a magician in an Aleister Crowley novel called Moonchild, Gates is a reference to the unknown superior and gateway between ordinary reality and the invisible world. Oh, and how about this? IBM. It doesn't stand for International Business Machines. It stands for Jacobus, Burgundus, Morancis, or Jack them away. The last overt Grand Master of the Knights of the Templar, whose name was borrowed by the Bavarian Illuminati. Oh, and don't forget the Microsoft Network administration tool called Hermes, after the god of alchemy. And that a line in Umberto Eco's novel, Foucault's Pendulum, reads quite clearly, Microsoft Hermes. You know, they used to have a swastika in their logo, in their Windows logo, in the early ones, in Windows 95 and 98. Hey, there's a back door on your computer. It's called your Internet Explorer. My doom blaster, so big. Smoke screens.
Right here,
you and
Hermes.
I are living in a world of unreality. It's like a virtual world they've built for us. They lie about your economy. They lie about your politicians. They lie about their wars. They lie about their movies. They lie. None of it's true. It's all an illusion. None of it's real. It's like Bill Murray in the damn movie Groundhog Day.
It is
He's
to
a
keep
virtual
us
person.
going
Get it?
around.
And that's coming up. Only it's not Groundhog Day today. All right. I got 1 hour left with you. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you the proof. I'm going to lay out for you all of the signs that say there is an attack imminent. And I'm not saying there is one, all right? I'm saying that all of the evidence is there. And it's pretty convincing. Yep, Spaceman. I'm talking radio for guys, Mojo Radio, AM 640 for Goofy Space.
So we'll just leave it at that. We'll get back into the next part of it in the next episode. Hope you liked that part and you tuned in. Seeing how the My Doom virus back in January 26, 2004 came out as a backdoor virus right here. As you can look right here. And then there was the first was the blaster virus in 2003 in August, which supposedly came just before our eastern seaboard shut down with power in 2003, August 14th. I remember the beautiful sunny day. I already told you about that. And I believe that's where they said, oh, everything we have to be able to change over the infrastructure. And this is where I believe they make it all digital and they can just flip a switch whenever they want to create power outages if they like. So with that being said, we're going to get back into a view from space. In this episode, 2004-02-01, a day before Groundhog Day. But he has much interesting information that never gets old because Microsoft is with Bill Gates right in the limelight right up through the pandemic, and he would have revealed that with Bill Gates' name being just that. Look at all the names with Bill. Same with Jimmy. They say it relates back to Jacob, one of my subscribers. Let me know about that. And as well, I believe Bill Clinton. You got Billy Bob Thornton, great actor, but still used in the limelight. And all the other Bills in the Westerns. And then Gates for a gateway into basically their black magic domains. So, Spaceman 2.0, hope you had a great night. Hope you will have a great night. And